Welcome to a Sunday night edition of Talking Iowa Hawkeye Sports. We are live tonight. So we're here to talk tonight. We're going to talk Saturday spring open practice. We're going to talk about the Iowa players who got drafted and who got signed. And if there's some time left, maybe some portal news if we got some up-to-date new portal news. Excuse me. Two of our guys actually went there, and I witnessed some stuff. So, oh gosh, guys, I'm sorry. Not the way to start the show. Anyway, before we get there, if you haven't already subscribed. We're up to 765. We're on our way to 800. The goal is to get to over 1,000 by kickoff is it end of August or early September? I'm not sure. But one of those dates, But anyway, by the first game kickoff, we want to be at 1,000. Can we do it? We only need 235 more to go, but we need your help. We need you to share this content out. We need you to comment on it. We need you to like. But the biggest thing is to subscribe and share. And so if we haven't done that yet, please do so now because they make it so easy. It's right there in front of you. How can you miss that button? You just click it. Okay. So I'm going to put this comment up before we get started. Jay Henning says half the time the offense sucked, the other half it was the defense that sucked. Okay. But what did you see, Kyle, when you were there? I mean, let's just take it position by position. Let's start what everybody wants to know. 4 quarterbacks played. And what was your personal opinion? Who did you think shined better, or did anybody really shine? And who stood out to you?
Well, first off, I just want to say hi to everybody. And starting off, I thought that Jeremy or Heklinski, who is number 10 on the roster, I thought he looked really, really good. He threw a lot of nice passes, just very crisp passes into very small windows. So the wide receiver, which is number 1, KJ Parker, could go up and get. I thought he did a really good job throwing on the run. He made some really good decisions with the football, running and throwing with the ball. Second, we saw Hank Brown. And Rick and I can tell you straight up that he kind of floats it about 40 yards to the end zone. And he just kind of floats it up there for everybody to get. So I don't know if that was the play that was called, or if that's just the way Hank Brown likes to throw the ball. Jimmy Sullivan, he is number 3. He made some kind of difficult passes and almost saw one of the wide receivers try to catch a ball and he collided. So he went to the locker room almost with a concussion. So
the receiver or Jimmy?
One of the receivers. Was it Rick? Was it 84? Is that right?
Actually, that was Hank.
Apollo Hank. Okay.
That was Hank that did that.
Okay.
And
Hank,
Apollo Payne's the one that got concussion.
Yeah.
Hank led him into a bad spot. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
And he got caught between 2 DBs, and his head bounced around, and he went to the ground. And when he got up, you saw his eyes. I'm not saying they were crossed, but they were lazy.
Yeah, they were. He didn't look good heading to the locker room. I thought KJ Parker, he's just very, very athletic football player. He could just go get a football, just go up and get it. He's just that. He's got a lot of versatility on that. But then there was a pass by, was it either Hank or Heklinski, that he had to bat it away from the corner. So again, he could probably play a little bit of defense. So wasn't an attempt for an interception. Sullivan, he likes to take the risks and throw it into double coverage and kind of miss on a couple opportunities. And then Fitzgerald, we only seen a couple passes, didn't we, Rick, about him?
I think he threw like by 6 to 8 range.
Yeah. So
like 2 series.
Not too bad. Yeah. Special teams. We were pretty focused on the special teams.
Okay.
Like the Simpson kid is a Tanner Philpott. He is a Simpson transfer. He's number 35. He is a lefty. That's an interesting for a punter, because usually Iowa's had a lot of punters that are right-footed, so they kick with the right foot and not a lefty. He was okay. Watching the Aussie punter, he has a lot of hang time, and most of his punts were between 50 to 60 yards.
Whoa.
So
we're not going to miss restaking then, right?
I don't. To me, I don't think so. But I think he's a pretty dead-on punter when it comes down to it. Then on special teams, there was a couple plays where the two ends that were trying to block the punt, whoever those two guys were, they were pretty athletic. They got to a couple of the punters a couple times on punting attempts. So we got some ends that are pretty quick on special teams to get to the punter, the opposing punter. Defense, there was a pick 6, wasn't it? Technically.
Yeah. Number 84.
Rick? Yeah. And so the defense was there. They made some pretty good stops. Tackling was decent when they did. So, but yeah, that's what I saw. Let's go to Rick, because Rick's got a little bit better. He knows a little bit more, or something I missed.
Let me ask you guys both of this question.
Yeah, fire away.
Okay, they did say that the offense sucked a little bit, but I mean, if we know anything about Kirk Ferentz and his teams, the offense is always a little vanilla in the spring, as well as the first couple games of the year.
In what way did they say the offense sucked, though?
Yeah,
I'm curious.
Was there he wasn't very thorough
honestly,
on his.
I mean, when
Jay, I'm going to put this question up from Jay Henning. Okay, if he would like to tell us why he thinks it sucked and why he thought the defense sucked, and how was the offensive line and the defensive lines? According to one report I saw, just our two ends look really good. Our guards are still not really there yet. Would you guys? I mean,
where do we start at?
Yeah.
Well, Rick, we threw 3 different things at you. So.
I know.
Yeah, right.
What was the first one?
I don't remember. I don't even remember what
the offense. I don't think the offense sucked. I don't think it was great by any means. How
Right.
I mean, well, when Heck Linsky was in there, the difference between him and Hank is he threw the ball away better. You know what I mean? He didn't leave receivers in the bad spots. And Hank, at least, I'm going to say 3 times, put a receiver in harm's way.
Yes.
And the DBs on the other side of the field were letting him know that. They were talking some shit.
Yes, they
were. They could have lit him up really bad if they wanted to.
Yes.
And that one where KJ Parker came back, had to jump up really high to get the ball. Those 2 DBs could have killed him if they wanted to.
Right.
You know what I mean? So Hank he throws a floater.
Yeah, he does.
He puts zip on the ball, yes, but for deep balls, he throws a hanger. And it gives guys recovery time, and they're on him. And it was, okay, hey, ho, stop.
Yeah, exactly. And then the thing with Hecklinski, he's you could tell who is in control on the field, who is our leader on the field. He shows it 100%.
Okay,
and
Brown does not.
He also had a false start.
Yeah, we had a couple. I mean, you'll have that at spring practice. You know, they're not going to look, crisp on that. Like,
I can tell you what they did by possession.
Yeah. Who threw the pick 6 pass?
It was either
Sullivan threw the tip pass that Anderson tipped. Joseph Anderson tipped and ran back all the way. And then Sullivan also threw the really bad interception to Styles.
Now, why
Oh,
was
yeah,
that
yeah,
bad? Explain why that was considered bad.
Because it looked like he threw it right to Styles. He threw it to Styles better than he did the receiver on that one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so.
all of them are on videotape, and it's pretty easy to see all of their throws because hell, Hank only threw the ball 10 times.
Yeah, and his first two were horrible.
And two of them were pass interferences.
Yeah,
You know, and Hecklinski threw like 30 times, and
23.
I think you're right on Fitzgerald was 6 and was Sully 10 times.
He threw more, I think.
I thought he did, but I don't know what
He's
Litzico wrote.
he stands flat-footed
like
a little bit.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Kind of stands there and looks at the play and going, dude, you got kind of little movement here. And then he throws the ball. He's not a bad looking thrower. It's just he's I suppose he's a freshman, so never mind. He's fine. He'll be fine. I didn't see horrible in him. He looked like he was a freshman.
Right. And again, like Coach always says that he's not going to pick a quarterback. It's still close and will always still be close until 10 days before game 1 or the next game. So that was like a lot of the questions in the press conference was, who's going to be the quarterback or who do you think, and he's like, well, they're all, pretty close in practice. So, and everybody's going to say, like, we're not going to be crisp, like, no false starts, no pass interferences, no pick sixes, but this is practice. That's why they do it.
Yep.
So again, we have quite a few months left to see what they can do still, clean up what they need to clean up, which they will. Because Iowa is one of the least penalized teams in the nation and in the Big Ten. So again, Ferentz will get that cleaned up before the first game.
All right. Toll House says, I've only seen highlights, but it is spring practice. We're talking practice, and it's a Kirk Ferentz, so I'm sure it was all very vanilla out there. That's what you expect. And Calvin even mentioned that in a group chat yesterday, and I was giving him crap yesterday about it, like he knew what was going on, but I just had to do that to him.
It was obvious they weren't running all the motions and everything like Lester, because the spring practice is the one practice where all your opponents, including LeVar Woods and Fitzgerald, who are in the stands,
they're as parents. So
I know that, but at spring practice you don't run your offense.
Right.
They threw a lot of deep. They threw a lot of deep. They threw a lot of deep balls. They didn't concentrate on the. That we're going to run the ball just as much or more than we're going to throw the ball, and we didn't run the ball very much. It was not the offense.
That brings us to the next question. Nobody's talked about the running backs. I haven't seen any reports on the running backs or anything. I mean, what did you guys see in the running back? Go ahead.
Well,
Kyle.
that was because.
Well, go Rick. Go first.
That was because they were running 2-minute drills.
Yes, doing the 2-minute drills. Yes, I thought he was really good at the 2-minute drills.
All passing on purpose.
Yep.
Yeah. And I heard that you guys said that they were throwing a lot of deep balls out there. And I'd like to hear that. That means that they're going to make a conservative effort to get more downfield passes, don't you think?
Yeah, there were a lot of passes over the middle.
Yep.
Both short and long.
Yep.
Deep outs on both sides. Short, some swing passes, a curl, at least one. So
right. Yeah.
I mean, they weren't running trick plays or anything, or
no, we're not going to,
multiple guys in motion, but they tested all those parts of the field. Let's put it that way.
Oh, for sure.
They tested the defense.
Yep.
And then the defense. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. If you finish, I'm going to take
I was saying the defense when Heck was on the field, it was 50-50. We'll say when Hank was on the field, it was 30-70. Defense about 70% of wins. the running game, they probably had. They didn't really test the outside much at all. It was mostly inside.
It was more
running.
inside. Yep.
And they had maybe had, let's say, 4 or 5 runs of about 5 yards, and the rest they were getting caught in the backfield.
So defense was on their toes, knowing what we're doing. But
the lines were pretty much evenly matched, I would say.
Yep.
There was no glaring either way. I mean, they got to the quarterback maybe once, maybe twice. They got to the punter like 3 or 4 times.
Yep.
I mean, they ran right by him.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Phillips,
as he was catching the ball, they were running by him.
Right.
Yeah. So
and then
special teams.
Yeah. We'll see what you thought.
Go ahead.
Am I thinking the same way with the punters and what you thought too?
Well, I don't know. I mean, the punters, in the actual live session, neither one was that great.
I agree.
But in the practice round, they were putting it up there where they wanted it to be. They were stopping it. One out of every 3 punts would be able to stop where they wanted it to. The other one go to the end zone, one would back up. My thing was more the field goal kicker. He had some issues, and they were saying he had problems last weekend too. Apparently,
I read that. I listened to that.
And I don't know what he finished, but I know on Hecklinski's second drive, they got down to whatever it was, 7 or something. Anyway, he tried from 35 yards out, and he missed it. So he moved it forward 10 yards, kicked it again, he got it.
He shanked
the other end.
Yeah, he shanked the one field goal kick that went to
hit the post at one time.
Hit the post, went left. Yep, and then he got the second one.
So I mean, we're losing everybody.
Yeah, and then I thought with Phillips, he's the transfer from South Dakota. Man, when he makes cuts, he can make cuts on a dime.
Yeah,
I think he's very quick once he makes those cuts. So I thought he did a really decent job. There was one fumble, but I think one of the guys was down. So
Braden Jackson had the fumble.
Yep. And then Calvin was messaging us during it, telling us who was starting. There was 6 guys that were injured, correct? That did not practice.
More than that.
6. Okay, at least 6 guys did not practice. One was including Tony Diaz. So
there was quite a few. There was at least
another thing.
3 linebackers and like 4 or 5 wide receivers, not counting Apollo Payne, who got knocked out of the game pretty early. So
that was brutal. Whew.
But I mean, shouldn't they all be back in June for their summer workouts though? Will they all be back?
Most of them could have played, but there's no reason for them to play if he even got a little nicked up. Why hurt it worse in a spring practice that don't matter, you know?
Right. Rick, you're going to say something else. I couldn't remember what you were going to say.
I'm reading Tolhausen's question. Were you more impressed with this year's quarterbacks this year versus the last couple of years at spring ball?
At spring ball,
we didn't get to see Janowski last year, right?
Right.
And
I believe Kalinske. I think Kalinske took really the snaps in last spring.
Hecklinski did not come to Iowa until June.
Okay, so it was Brown who took the snaps in the spring last year.
Yeah. And the year before that, the guy from Northwestern and whoever else. McNamara, was he still here 2 years ago? So it's not really a fair comparison. But I will say this. Considering they're playing against Iowa's defense, and by the way, Iowa's defense looked good. They did. Yeah. They were where they're supposed to be. I mean, they weren't making a mistake, being sloppy. All the DBs looked good. The linebackers, it looked like a typical Iowa defense. And because of that, that's why I was thinking, okay, hey, Iowa offense with Heck, you're moving the ball multiple times. I think they got 2 field goals and a touchdown, whereas Hank got a touchdown and maybe a field goal also.
And then you gotta look at who the quarterbacks were going against. Hecklinski Hecklinski got most of his snaps.
It was ones on ones.
He got like 3 times more snaps with the ones than
I think there's a reason.
Hank Brown did.
I think there's a reason for that, though. Honestly.
Yep, I second that.
Okay, so what about field goal kicker? How did the field goal kicker look? I heard he struggled.
Yeah, he did. There were balls where it almost like the ball was low with air. The way it came off his foot, the sound was different. But he also had times when the ball was the pop off of it, and it was nice kicks.
Yep.
It's just so I don't know what the problem was or is. But I'm sure they'll figure it out. As far as the return guys go, I saw 4 catching balls, and they probably caught about 4 or 5 each. I saw 1 dropped and 2 bobbled.
Who were they?
Oh, I don't. Do you remember who they were?
Oh,
the numbers.
Yeah, I gave you the numbers. Yeah, I got the
2.
I had my wife put the numbers out.
7 and 20 something, I think.
22. Yeah. Is that the kid from Des Moines?
Yeah.
22 is.
Hey guys, I'm going to interrupt you just for a minute.
Fire away.
I'm going to leave the show for a little while. My legs are on fire, and so I need to separate myself from here. But you guys carry the show because you know what's going on, and also don't forget to talk about our draft picks.
Take care of yourself.
Yeah, I'll be right back. I mean, I'll be around. I'll come back if I feel better.
Well, we hope so.
All right. Take care, guys. Have a great show.
All right.
Rick, let's let Calvin say what he read up on. He's got some nice stuff to read up on.
Stuff that we'll comment to your stuff. How's that?
Well, I just
your stories. We'll say they're true or not.
Are you guys in the middle of saying something right now? Like
I don't remember. The show changes it wants to go, so let's have fun.
I don't know.
I agree.
But yeah, I would say special teams. Oh yeah, we're talking about the
special teams kicker. Returns. Yeah. The 22. That's Braden Jackson. That's the kid from redshirt freshman from Ankeny Centennial. And then
walk on.
Yep. He can catch the ball, and he's got some speed when he catches it and goes upfield a little bit. Would you say 7?
7. Godfrey on defense, and it's the guy Howard on offense.
Howard, yep. Dayton Howard, the kid from Kansas City, Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then what was the other number, Rick? I can't remember who the.
There was 1, 7, 1, 2, 7.
One or 2 is KJ Parker.
And then 2 is
he can catch it too.
The receiver top Vanderzee.
Vanderzee's number 2. Yeah. Yep.
So those were the 4. They didn't, there's no one standing around them when they caught the ball, so it was like, no pressure or whatever. But yeah, they look fine. I mean, now can they advance the ball against the defense? I have no idea.
Probably not.
Who knows?
At that point,
but I would suspect of your special teams, hopefully that'll be your strong part. Like the punters were fine, but they didn't overwhelm me with anything.
Right.
And the kicker, he needs work. Whatever it is, he needs it. Confidence, psychology, I don't know, but
I remember 2 or 3 years ago we didn't have a kicker who could hit nothing. Drew Stevens was awful.
Yeah.
And you got to the season and he hit like 88% of his field goals. So
his first year he was killer.
Yeah.
Right.
This spring practice is a one-day view,
Mm-hmm.
It's like
exactly.
But
I would take away though, pretty simply that I mean Hecklinski's ahead in the food chain right now. He's top dog. I don't think he's top dog, but he's leading the pack. Hank does throw a nice ball.
Yeah, he does.
But
I get a little nervous when he
either seems rushed or he seems late. One of the two. He's either ahead of the time or behind. One of the two.
And when he
has some nice throws, don't get me wrong. He has some nice throws.
Right. But then in a couple of those, he's kind of throwing it flat-footed. He didn't like step up when that pressure came. He didn't step up in the pocket and actually zinged one. You know, he was more kind of jittery and nervous.
I just kind of giggle because, you know, I listen to other podcasts and other people, and it's like half the people thought Hank Brown was way the best. Half people think Klinsky was the best. It's like,
I mean, his first 2 throws were scary as hell.
Mm-hmm.
His first 100%. Throw was second row of the stands.
Yep.
Was there any interceptions besides the 2 from Sullivan?
No,
I don't think so. No.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I think it was
because we sure got a deep secondary. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I never seen so many athletes in Phil's secondary like 3 deep in my life.
Hey, just think if Norm Parker was alive going, holy shit, what do I do?
They were athletic, and you could tell they were good.
Yes, and they back each other up too. That's what I like about that.
There wasn't a lot of wasted energy in their coverages. You know what I mean? They were point A to point B. You know, I'm meeting him here.
I watched every throw by every quarterback on them videos. You can see them on Hawk Central and on 3. They got all of Fitzgerald's. They got all of Sullivan's. They got all of what's his name? Hank Brown's. And then they got all of Hecklinski's, which is a lot of throws. You know, it takes a long time to watch all of Hecklinski's. But I couldn't believe how many quarterbacks threw into double and triple coverage.
Yeah,
I don't know if our coverage is that great or whether it was such a vanilla pass offense that our defense knew what was coming.
I could see that.
Only one quarterback completed 50% of his passes, and that was Sullivan. And 2 of them completions were to the other team. So we didn't have any quarterbacks that completed 50% of their passes.
Calvin's not wrong.
Well, they just posted the stat. All I know is they posted the stats.
Yep, I read that
Caker broke down, you know, which team each quarterback played with. You know, if you were if your second team playing with the second team, you were going against the number 1 defense. You know, and Caker had that all broken down and stuff like that.
I'm curious to see yesterday's stats against teams last year against Iowa in a 2-minute offense.
We hardly ever run a 2-minute offense, you know.
I'm saying, but teams against Iowa's defense last year, how did they do compared to how Iowa did yesterday on offense? I bet it's not that much different.
I don't know.
Because
that'd be sweet.
Playing,
I know one thing. I know one thing. I'm sure the hell glad Pavia didn't run the 2-minute offense the whole game. They'd have scored 50 points, you know. But,
and then Pavia, of course, Pavia did not get drafted. Thank God. I don't like him.
If my Chiefs would sign him, I'd be happy. I'd take him as a 3rd quarterback behind Mahomes. I don't like his I don't like his personality.
That's what I don't like.
I cannot criticize that kid playing with as much guts and as good as he does.
Right.
In a football game.
Yeah. When did the tight end go for them?
Second round. What?
He was like what? He had like a 45-inch vertical. Is that what I saw?
Yeah, he was a basketball player.
Yeah, he could leap out.
He was a highly recruited quarterback in high school and a basketball player. And then he went to A&M for a lot of money, and then he wasn't making it as a quarterback at A&M, so he transferred to Vanderbilt to be a quarterback, and then Pavia was come there, and he ain't gonna play over Pavia. They turned him into a tight end, and he ain't a tight end. He's just a big wide receiver. He cannot block, and that's why he was a 2nd-round pick, because he was a good athlete and good hands, but he just wasn't a tight end, you know. But anyway,
cool.
Any players that jumped off the field, like, or did you pay attention to?
Jump off how far?
Well, one thing, KJ Parker can jump.
I would say
Oh,
KJ
he
Parker.
can.
Mhm.
And I mean, he was cocky.
Oh, he was. Oh, 100% after
Because the
every catch
DBs
he
were talking
was.
shit to them.
Yes,
He
he
was
was.
talking some smack back.
Yes, he was.
When he scored his touchdown, he definitely posed for the DB who was on the ground.
Yeah.
So
did.
him,
So he scored a touchdown.
yeah,
I think so. And then
I knew. I was
Vanderdean.
really happy. I was really happy. The walk-on wide receiver, Beagley. He's the one that made this diving one-handed catch of Fitzgerald's
Across the
pass.
middle.
oh, crap, yeah, that was across the middle.
He's a
Left
boyhood
hash.
friend of. He's a boyhood friend of Diaz's, and he went to SMU last year and redshirted.
Yeah,
And he's a walk.
I
He's a
remember that
walk.
kid.
88.
Yeah,
Oh, 88.
88.
Yeah.
I think he was 88. I'm not sure, but he made
Yeah,
that.
Beagley,
Fitzgerald had one touchdown pass, and that was it.
Yeah,
He-
sophomore.
He looked.
And then LeVar Woods' boy had a great touchdown. I think it was from Hecklinski. It was like Hecklinski threw in 3 people.
Oh, yeah, he
And
would just went up and got
There's
it.
Mason Woods. I don't think he jumped for it. I think it was
Maybe he did. I
low.
don't know, something like that.
Thank God Hecklinski threw a low over the middle pass.
Yeah, it was low.
Yeah, no.
And Woods caught it, and he carried 2 people into the end zone at 217 pounds. You know, another freshman.
I think Vanami just looks like Vanami. I mean, throw him the ball. And
I would say the coolest moment was when they played Caden Legion getting drafted.
That was awesome.
They turned the music off and played that. I was like, wait a minute, what? And there he was. Like, holy shit, he's going to go.
And then, of course, he goes to another black and gold team, which is the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
The whole city.
They said we had 2 new centers, of course, Pieper and Cale Winters, another walk-on, who when they got him out of high school, he's from like the Des Moines area. I watched him play in the playoffs, and he was a tackle. And I just thought, boy, that kid is good. Matter of fact, I told Jason Hackwell on Messenger, I think Proctor was in that game. And I said, Proctor looks like a big, lazy son of a gun. I'm sure he's going to be a great football player. At that point, we thought he was coming to Iowa. But he just looks like a big, lazy guy that just doesn't do much, you know? And I said, this Cale Winter over here, I don't think they were on the same team, but they might have been. I said, he looks really good. And they said this was the only spring practice the reporters could remember. We had 2 new centers, Winters and Pieper, and we didn't have a bad snap the whole game.
No.
Last year, if you remember, well, that's a different snapper. That's a long snap.
But that was it. That was the only bad exchange entire game.
Last year, there was like with Logan Jones snapping and shotgun, we had like 2 or 3 bad snaps.
Yeah.
You know, and here's these new centers that snapped good.
Yeah.
You know, so that was positive.
So the guy that Calvin's talking about, it's number 58 Paper. He's a junior from Norfolk, Nebraska, 6'4", 290. And then the other guy's Cale Winter. He's a junior from Hawkeyes Northwest. So, yes, I thought those guys did a really good job too as well. Those snaps were pretty decent, but before they started practice, the long snapper had a couple high snaps. So
the one with the bad snaps in practice was actually a tight end, that Michael Burt.
Okay,
I seen a guy covered that today. An ex-Iowa football player, Jeff Book. I shared the podcast over there, and he's like an expert. You know, he played for Hayden and Kirk both. It was a pretty interesting podcast you guys get to listen to. He said Michael Burt sailed one over the punter's head.
Yeah,
but he's not a long snapper.
No.
We don't have a backup long snapper until that high school kid gets here in June.
Yeah,
and
before that, we were snapping it. I was like, oh man, So one of the punters had to catch it way up top and try to get it, and then here comes our ends. They meet right at the V, and then he almost got it blocked. So that makes a lot of sense now.
I thought watching all the snaps of the quarterbacks, our two best quarterbacks really did a great job of getting rid of the ball when they didn't have any time at all. Throwing it out of bounds. There was one snap where Hank Brown goes back to Bass, and what does Phil do? He blitzes Lutmer, and Hank Brown literally had half a second.
And
he had half a second, and he turned his body away from Lutmer, and he threw it across the field out of bounds.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, that was like we said earlier. Brown was he's a little hesitant.
He sure wasn't that time, because if he'd been hesitant, he'd have been laying on the ground, or the ball would have been stripped. But I thought it was positive that our two quarterbacks, you said neither one threw an interception.
Right.
Is that what you guys said?
Yeah.
So, and I noticed they got rid of the ball because they had a lot of pressure on them. If you're when you go into 2-minute offense that you guys said they were running, Phil had Jose Epinesa and Drew Campbell in at defensive tackle. And then he had Brown and Joseph Anderson out on the edge. That's 3 defensive ends rushing the passer. That's why our quarterbacks didn't have a lot of time.
Yeah, they put the ball at the 45 with 27 seconds left. You got the ball here, kick a field goal. Or they put it minute 34 at your 45. And now what are you going to do? I mean, they tried different. It was kind of cool to watch, actually. You couldn't watch a whole game or a full scrimmage, obviously. So at least make it worth our fun, and it was.
Did you have more people that stood out, or not really?
Stood out?
I don't think so.
I know you guys don't know the numbers like I do. Because there were some guys that played good that have only been at Iowa since the 1st of January. High school kids. But you wouldn't see their number out there and say, "Oh yeah, he's not even started. He hasn't even started. He didn't practice last fall." So
I'm gonna say this is a compliment to Iowa. To me, you are a no-name defense, which means plug and play. How you doing? We're covered where we go, and it was cool to watch. I mean, they were they were where they're supposed to be. I mean, they were disciplined. No penalties. One PI in the end zone. There was one.
That was on a Hank Brown throw.
Other than that, and they were on top. I mean, the receivers at times got open. Other times, no, not even close.
Right. Couple false starts.
A little over. It was. I mean, but did I see a superstar? But my thought is, I'm hoping everybody's just that good.
Right.
That's why I didn't see any superstars. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the place you can't plug in a young player usually is that defensive line. Most kids are not physically ready to play.
Right.
They come into Iowa at 245, not 285. But
when Iowa passed, the defense was able to move the pocket, not with ease, but they were able to do it. On runs, Iowa's O-line was able to get some traction, but then after 4 or 5 yards, it was over. You know what I mean? There were so many Iowa players on defense. He ain't going nowhere now.
Right.
They hopped the ball. So, but yeah, my thought is that hopefully everybody is talented now. Then we're not going to see any, oh my God, this guy is really good. No, it's because that guy sucks so bad kind of thing. The floor is raised, I would say.
100%.
I don't know the ratio of offense to defensive players, but I'm thinking I almost saw more offensive players on the field than defensive players, just standing around even.
Oh, I don't know.
Either black versus white. I saw a lot. It seemed like I saw a lot more black jerseys than white jerseys.
Yeah, you're right.
Not a lot more, but more.
I agree.
So
I did see that too.
Interesting to me too, because I was always been more the defensive side of the ball, and you know, if they're starting to focus that way, good,
Right?
because they need to.
A couple of the guys that played pretty good, according to all the reports I listened to, that were these true high school kids, was Darian Jones, a cornerback out of Omaha, and
we didn't see him.
Marcello Vitti, he came in at cash, and he's the one that I think he's the one that knocked Apollo Payne to the moon.
Okay. Yeah, he can hit pretty hard.
Yeah,
I think that was the guy.
It wasn't a violent hit or anything. It just he got sandwiched and his head bounced, pop,
Mm-hmm.
hit the ground.
It was a clean hit. It wasn't going towards the head or anything. He was trying to go for the ball, and the
throw him in a bad spot.
Right. But I don't know if the throw was
late or short or both. But
and then if I do want to point this out that they did the wave. They stopped like halfway, and we all waved, and then of course that's for me it's pretty emotional since I know a couple kids that were up in that hospital. My mom was up at that hospital, so every time they do that, I always get a little emotional. But that was really neat to see. I liked seeing that. It was
honestly a quick 2 hours or 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
And man, it was a nice day.
Beautiful. Couldn't ask for anything better.
How'd the top of your head survive, Rick?
No, I had a hat, so we're good. No, you wouldn't.
No, I never had glass.
No.
Yeah, I'm fine. I got red, but
I got a little red too. Yeah.
I know us guys that ain't got the full head of hair, boy.
Yeah.
My head will sunburn something terrible.
Right. Decent crowd. Very decent crowd.
They said there was 3 times more people there than last year.
I would guess.
I did not go last year, so I can't say
many
that.
thousands.
Yeah.
I'm not saying 10,000.
I'm just saying what news reports.
Yeah, I mean,
news reports.
Left and right, and you saw people everywhere.
Yep.
You know, you probably see 4 or 5, then a gap. 4 or 5 more gap. 4 or 5 more gap.
And did you guys notice anybody in the offensive line, defensive line that stood out? Or
I think they all I think everybody did a kind of collective job on both sides of the ball. Like was he elaborating on was the couple of defensive linemen, they got stops on the running back, so everybody was swarming to the ball.
The rush on special teams was noticeable.
Yes.
I don't know
the two ends. I don't know who the 2 ends were. There
was one time literally when the what do you call him? The guy who's rushing the kick, he was there when the guy caught the ball.
Yep.
Well, that's bad.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, why is he there so fast?
Yeah.
Is the ball coming really slow, or is he that goddamn fast, or what's going on here?
I don't know, but he was quick. Yeah.
That's almost quick. That's really humanly impossible unless he took off quick or.
I mean, he was right at the line.
Took off before he was supposed to. But
he got
the
there
guy's
quick.
head was here.
That was that's crazy. That's impossible.
Or the guy was unblocked, so he got the easy end, so he knew what end to go. I don't know.
Perfect timing, everything.
Yeah.
But my guess is the Cincinnati probably drug the snap on the ground a little bit. And
I did see that.
And he did throw it probably a little high. So anyway, yeah, I don't know. It was all right. I mean, I'll do it again sometime.
100%. I will too.
The weather's nice. Shit.
Yeah, the weather's nice. Perfect day.
I think
a lot of kids.
I think every report I've seen, it was like, TJ Parker was the star. He dropped one last year. He dropped so many passes. He was supposed to be a guy that was supposed to appear on the scene last year, and he played for Matt Bowen, former Hawkeye in Chicago, in high school. And he dropped so many passes during the regular season that they just didn't play him very much. And he did drop one pass yesterday, but the rest of the time he was great.
I got
one or
him
two
down
passes.
Yeah.
Okay.
He dropped one from Heklinski in his first series, and then one for Hank in the second series.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, he like I said, he's just KJ Parker's a very talented young man. That kid goes up and gets every ball that he can try and catch.
He is not the guy from Ohio State.
No.
What'd you say?
The guy, Caleb Brown, was that his name? Who ran the
from
wrong
Ohio
routes.
State. Well, thank God. Yeah.
He's not that guy.
No.
He ran routes. And
He ran routes. I think he
supposed to
ran
be.
them the right way. And again, Heck did a really good job throwing the ball away when he needed to, knowing when to tuck it and run, and very smart quarterback for the most part.
Hey, Rick, can you see? Has any questions ever come up? Or
No, it hasn't been for a while.
okay,
Last one was just boy talking smack to people.
he's talking smack. Okay,
Yeah.
This could get interesting, boys.
we can talk smack back. What was I going to say? Oh, the first guy that commented, he said half the time the offense sucked, and half the time the defense sucked.
Yeah,
well,
50-50.
maybe that means the converse. That half the time the offense was great and made the defense look like they sucked, and half the time the defense was great and made the offense look like they sucked.
I would say overall, it was probably 45 offense, 55 defense.
I might agree with that.
Every tape I seen, there was no wide receiver. They were throwing so much, and there was never a wide receiver that was like open.
Oh, right. Parker was
had to be some great throw and a great catch and all that crap.
Hey, Rick, remember that one we saw that Parker was on the far or on the near sideline, and he was wide open, and they throw it to Vanami. He had to check it down. One of them had to check it down. Parker was wide open on the near sideline or the far sideline.
Yeah,
wide open.
On the same side of the field or the other side?
Vanami was going, kind of made like an out towards the right sideline, and then Parker went like a corner route or a post to the left side of the end zone.
On the left sideline.
Yeah. So
well, the quarterback probably threw to the guy who was supposed to first without even looking to the left, probably.
Right. Yeah, it could have been the right play call going to the out route than the post route. But that's the only one that Rick and I saw was Parker on the one side was wide open. But again, like you were just saying, it could have been just the pass or the play that was called for it. So
the report I read, the podcast I watched today said the two best runs by running backs were actually by the walk-on Braden Jackson on one of them, and the other one was Alante Dean, who's also a freshman. He played safety last year, number 15, I think he is, or something. And they moved him over to running back last fall when they got short of running backs.
Avante Dean, he's number 15. He's a redshirt freshman from Plant City, Florida.
Yeah, I know all about him. But I was just saying that a podcast said he made one of the best runs.
Yeah, he did have a nice couple cuts. 15. DJ K's old number. So, yeah, I thought he did a really good and then the kid from Ankeny Centennial, he ran a couple times. Like I said, he's fast, but once he makes the first couple cuts, he can make some people miss. He ran north and south. I didn't see any guys running backs running east and west. They were all running north and south.
Yeah.
Did you get to see LJ run at all? Number 21.
Yes.
LJ Phillips.
I want to say
Phillips. Yes.
He's a kind of a between the tackles guy.
He ran He ran on left side between tackle and guard. I want to say on one play.
Yep.
Another play, he got caught in the backfield, but he didn't officially go down, so he kept running. Because they were talking shit.
I mean, but does he look fairly athletic, or that's what 100%. I wanted to know?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He's quick.
Well, I mean,
he's quick.
What do you mean? He can run.
Yeah, he's quick.
I mean,
I know he can run better than me, but
like I said, he ran only a few times, right? So there was no big cuts, no passes for running. Oh wait, was there a screen to a running back?
Yeah, there was. Yeah, but I remember who it was though.
Yeah, I mean the running backs did not see a lot of the ball. They just didn't.
There was a lot.
There was one like kind of in the flat type. I don't know if it was a screen. Number 83. Who's 83? 83 caught it, and he like.
Oh yeah.
He was hard to bring down.
Yes. Jackson is a Nave.
Nave.
Yeah.
There's another walk on. Yes. He's from Iowa Western. Yeah. He went to Iowa City High School. But
Iowa City, Regina.
Yeah, I know where everybody went, but
the first touchdown was what, from 2 walk-ons yesterday?
What?
Yes.
The first touchdown yesterday was 2 walk-ons, quarterback to receiver. Fitzgerald to whoever was a walk-on also.
Bigley.
Yeah, I like that Bigley kid. Yeah, he stepped up.
I mean, the last time I was in that stadium was when Hayden was a coach, and the athletic level from now to back then is different. I mean, these guys are faster. I'm not saying they're crazy faster, but they're faster overall. They can jump a little higher. They're a little bigger, a little stronger.
They're wearing way smaller shoulder pads.
Yeah.
They used to wear these. Even Kirk's first few years, they wore them big old shoulder pads. They'd have their arms all padded. Their arms were all in tape with big old pads on them.
Why was that?
Neck pads on them. Because they played on AstroTurf, and you'd take your skin right off your arm. Falling down.
Yeah, that makes sense. Huh.
The book, Jeff Book is the guy's name. That he's like, if you like the A&F podcast, which is 2 experts, he's like the 2 A&F guys by himself. He
oh wow.
Him and his brother were called the Keystone Cops by Hayden Fry. They were from Keystone, Iowa, Jeff and Doug Book. They played at Benton Van Horn High School, played for Reese Morgan before he came to Iowa City West. And anyway, but the Jeff Book who did it, he's one of them guys that he played 2 years for Hayden and 2 years for Kirk. And he commented today in the podcast, one of the guys on there asked him, what's the difference between spring football with Hayden and spring football with Kirk? And he said, well, with Hayden, it was a show. And with Kirk, it was like all discipline. And he said the main difference between Kirk and Hayden was Kirk ran it like an NFL team.
Yeah.
And the weight and conditioning program was totally different. He said with Hayden, it was like, it's okay. You guys will go work out. With Kirk, it was like they were there watching you work out and you were in torture. When you came out of winter workouts or spring workouts, summer workouts, you were a different person than when you went into it.
Gotcha.
You were much faster, stronger, lower body fat, and stuff like that. So I thought that was interesting to have
really interesting. Holy shit.
two coaches. That's why Bobby Sanders went from running a 4.7 40 to a 4.45 40 in the NFL Combine. But anyway, any more spring game practice thoughts?
I was gonna say, speaking of NFL, that'd probably be a good time to transition. I mean,
we can if you want to. The only thing I had was reading, Listico, he thought Hecklinski did the best because he had a quicker release.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I think Kakert thought that Hank was much sharper,
I don't know.
but I'm not. But I
Yeah.
don't remember if that's quite right. But that Jeff Book, who's an expert, he said, "Oh, Hank Brown was way the better quarterback." You know, so I don't know. That's why I laugh because different people,
Mhm.
two different
Based
people
on
can
results,
watch
it's not true.
the same thing and come away with two different opinions.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
so
I'm saying, like I said, the biggest difference was that Hecklinski threw the ball away better. He put it in a
Yes.
spot where
Decision making.
okay, there's still a chance you can get to it, but if not, no one else is gonna get there at all.
Brown.
He also throws the ball from different positions, overhand side, or angles.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that Hank was a really good athlete when he took off to run.
Yeah.
He only ran maybe once, but he ran around the edge. But we'll find out in the fall. We'll find out who's best quarterback. So
he moved
exactly.
fine.
Yeah.
So
but again, Hank, when he throws it, he's got a little zing to it. He can spin it a little bit, but his decision making is. I mean, of course, practice against our right.
Defense is your strength. Offense will handle itself fine. Special teams, we'll see. I mean, really, that's if you want to worry about special teams.
Yeah, the thing is, we're not gonna see them run an Iowa offense until the football season starts.
Right. Yep.
Even on Kids Day, they do not show anything because they know that people nowadays you can videotape. Other teams will videotape. You got drones flying around, anything, so they don't show anything. So I'm just excited to see when the season starts and the bullets really start flying and the offensive linemen go 100% speed and the defensive linemen go 100% speed and see what we really got. So you want to talk about the NFL draft, Rick? Oh,
hang on,
Kyle had his hand up.
So, like when everybody said, like LeVar Woods and was it Fitzgerald were both in the stands as parents. Them being at Michigan State and Iowa doesn't play Michigan State for another 2 years, almost 3 years. Some people behind me were just, what do you think? Do you think one guy was talking to another guy and they were like, hey, do you think someone was videotaping and like what we do and everything? And I'm just like overhearing this going, I think they're just there to my thought was they're there to watch their sons play.
I'm sure Michigan State gets a videotape of that whole thing anyway, without Fitzgerald and LeVar there. They were there. They were there because they had their spring game last week and they're there to see their,
right.
They're there they probably had their wives there and their other kids there and everything. So,
right. It was just kind of interesting.
Addie Deal was there. She was sitting with the Sullivan family, Jimmy Sullivan's parents. So
I did notice on the one far side when they were all on the south end zone, a couple of basketball players were there. I saw some pictures on one of the websites that, Sage and a couple of guys were on the field, on the sidelines, kind of walking around a little bit. Didn't see any women recruits. I didn't see any.
Supposed to be at least 2 women's portal recruits that visited this weekend. I don't know whether they peeked in at the spring game at all or what they did. But
I will say this: they came out on the old tunnel. So, and I think they all exited out of the old tunnel as well. So what I refer to the old tunnel for those listening is where was it the northwest side? There's that old little short little tunnel, and that's where they have like during the games they honor a team, so they come out of that tunnel towards the field when there's like a stoppage of play. So for those that didn't know about that.
So you want to talk about the draft, Rick?
Yep.
Same.
Go ahead.
No, you talk about it.
Yeah.
Your turn.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's your turn.
You're the one typing away on the chat room.
The first guy drafted was Logan Jones, right? By the Bears.
By the Bears.
The 57th draft pick. And he will be I'm sure he'll be a Pro Bowl center, probably more than once for the Bears. And I think they signed 2 more centers, free agency or something, but I'll guarantee you Logan Jones won't take him long. Won't take him long.
The guy from NFL Network was saying that he should be a day 1 starter.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
They got that Bradford, who was a first round pick for the Vikings probably 7 years ago. And then Bradford was a starting center for the Patriots in the Super Bowl. They got him in free agency, but I think that was a waste of money. Now that they got Logan Jones.
There's no development necessary.
Right.
He's ready to go.
I think the Bears were actually smart enough on their draft picks. I had a couple guys listening behind. I was listening behind me about it, and they were talking about, the Bears are finally father and son. They're super nice people from Cedar Rapids, and they were saying, it's kind of nice that Bears were actually smart enough to draft some good draft picks this year.
I think they got 2 future Pro Bowlers with the safety from Oregon who was at Purdue for 2 years, and then of course Logan Jones.
Yep.
Now our second Iowa draft pick, of course, was the ginger-haired genius Jennings Dunker. To the Pittsburgh Steelers, probably going to be a guard.
They traded up for that pick, by the way.
Yes.
What'd you say?
They traded up for that pick.
Yep.
So that says something.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I liked it. I saw McCarthy, right?
And then the Seattle got the other guard from Iowa, and they traded 2 draft picks. They traded, actually 3 draft picks to move up.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, to get him, and they really wanted him. To me, he's just going to be a beast in the NFL.
So they have 2 linemen from last year's team, then, right?
Him and Mason Richmond.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So there you go. So then Weegen went to Pittsburgh.
Yep. He went almost exactly. He got drafted almost exactly the same number in the draft that Charlie Jones did. So
he's talking shit again.
What does it say?
The boss is back, thank God.
Well, we don't hear Boy running his mouth of what he thinks.
Wait a minute. By the way, have you guys been keeping up on the comments and reading them to everybody?
Once Boy started going, I kind of left it alone.
Yeah, same.
No offense, Boy.
I said was there any comments like 20 minutes ago, and then Rick goes, "Yeah, once by Boy, but he's just talking shit like that." So.
Well, let him talk shit, man.
Some people throw shit on the wall to start shit,
Exactly.
and Calvin likes scraping the shit off the wall with reality. So
yeah. So okay, you guys are into the draft. So I take it the practice is over, and now we're talking draft picks. How far in the draft are we now?
Hayden.
To Wetchin and the guard that went to Seattle.
Okay.
So we got three more guys that were drafted.
Yeah,
right?
I saw.
Hall went.
Mm-hmm.
And then Max Llewellyn. Who was the other one?
Webber,
Shire.
Shire,
Houston, right?
yeah. And then Webber went to Kansas City, which is good for Calvin and I's Kansas City Chiefs. So
Nawampa and Herkett went to the Chiefs.
That's
it's kind of cool.
The
Large went to the Bears to go play with Torrey Taylor and Logan Jones.
And then Gronowski went to the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't the Dolphins sign a whole bunch of Iowa players?
Out of free agency.
Yeah.
Because he didn't get drafted.
How many of them went to the Dolphins? You know, did Logan Lee?
How many free agent signings were there?
That's all I know is them ones we just mentioned, them 4. I checked on 3 but just before I came on here, and those are guys that get free agent contracts that they announced. Mm-hmm. Some of them people, they don't announce them; they just say they got an invite.
I've seen invites, and then
I thought somebody said that the Steelers have like 7 Hawkeyes and the Dolphins have like 8 now.
Well, you got it. If you count Caleb Johnson, part of that, for sure.
The Steelers have.
Yeah, of course, 7. Caleb Johnson. He may not be playing anymore, but he's still part of the team.
The Steelers. I thought you were talking about free agent signings. Out of the guys that didn't get drafted. Yeah, the Steelers got 7 guys that could be on their roster this year.
Mm-hmm. Makes it fun for
from Iowa, which is Steelers went a long time without any Iowa guys on their team. I mean, not only.
Right, right. And the thing is, I liked because of course Baltimore, is their biggest rival. Man, they were talking so much crap. It was awesome. That was every time Baltimore was up for the pick, man, they were booing everybody up on that stage. That was awesome.
Who did the Ravens sign? Oh, Aaron Graves.
Graves, yeah. That's a good for the Ravens, to be honest, with Graves.
Yeah. Right. I just hope he makes the team.
All right, guys, I'm going to disappear again for a little bit. If you happen to get done early,
do we have another comment?
Boy says First Amendment, baby.
First Amendment. Okay, you suck, boy.
No. You don't have the First Amendment right to say that.
Yes, I do. We can't talk about religion or politics, I'm told.
Bingo.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, this is a Hawkeye sports show. All things Hawkeyes. But anyway, guys, do you feel like we can wrap this up in the next few minutes, or do you feel like you need more time tonight?
You want to talk the portal at all beyond the 2 women? We talking about
2 women. 2 women. I know who one of them was that visited this week. The Faison 6'2" guard forward from Georgia. That and the other one, the name's kind of a secret. I don't know who it is, but if you want to wind up the show, I
just want to make sure that we've said everything tonight. You wanted to talk about the draft. Did we get the draft completed? Did you do we have anybody else in the portal to talk?
Did you watch Caitlin play at all?
Calvin did. So let Calvin go on that.
How'd she look?
Well, she looked good. She played 17 minutes, came out, and I think she hit about the first 7 points of the game, and then
7 points, 3 rebounds.
And then a bunch of them people that they've added to the team look really, really good.
109-91 was the final score.
Yeah, preseason. I think. It was just preseason.
Yeah, but the Liberty and the Fever played about the same amount of minutes as far as their starters, and then let it go. And some of them new Fever players, Raven Johnson and that girl that had 3 names, something Walker. She was really good.
Well, so the one thing I saw in the stat line is Caitlin did play like 17 minutes or something, but she also was also like 3 for 10 of shooting and 1 for 7 for 3-point land. This is not Caitlin type numbers.
But this is also preseason. It's also her, first time being with the Fever and not FIFA USA.
Yeah,
it was just an exhibition. It wasn't a game.
Yeah. Oh, I understand that. Vandy Chris is already hyping some rookie that got drafted to the Fever. And how much she played more. She played more than Caitlin and scored more than Caitlin. He's not letting us know. I don't know. Is she from Vanderbilt?
Yeah.
Raven Johnson was 3. Raven Johnson was 3 for 3.
I have the stats on the game if anybody would like to know the stats.
Let's go for it. Let's go for the stats.
All right. The first one, there's 2 hyphenated names. The Hines Allen, 17 minutes. She had only 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Cunningham played.
The authority.
Yeah. Cunningham played 14 minutes, scored 13 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Billings, their center, 21 minutes. 9 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist. Caitlin had played 16 minutes, scored 7 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 of 10 from the field. Made all of her free throws, was 1 of 5 from 3. Mitchell, 17 minutes, 18 points, 1 assist. Timpson, 24 minutes, 11 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Walker Kimbrough, 22 minutes, 18 points, 4 rebounds. The Johnson, 17 minutes, 6 points, 3 rebounds. Timmons, 14 minutes, 10 points. Taylor, 12 minutes and 9 points. And then that Pissott, Pissott.
That's her name.
Yeah. 10 minutes. Yeah, Passat, 10 minutes and 8 points. Those were the stats of the Fever.
That girl with Walker in her name played great. She's back.
Okay. Aaliyah Boston did not play. Is she hurt? Right. And how bad is she hurt?
Just precautionary, nothing major.
Coach's decision.
She could have played if it was a real game.
Her and Hull didn't play.
Yep. So is it Dantas? Dantas. Boston. Yep.
Yeah, Demiris Dantas.
Boston, Harris, and Lexi Hall.
Demiris is not hurt though. She is she didn't have a visa to get into the country.
Yeah,
she's trying to get back in the country.
Yeah, finally got one today, I guess.
All coach's decision, so did not play.
The
coach's choice. Hey, you're staying in Brazil. That's my choice.
Yeah. But that Walker was really good. I would presume that maybe that was who Vandy was talking about.
The Walker girl was from Maryland.
Okay.
So, I think she was from Maryland is what I saw when I clicked on her game info.
Yeah. By the way, that great Vandy roster, they had one guy drafted in the NFL.
Yeah, I saw that.
They had 4 senior offensive linemen, and none of them were drafted. So
that's crazy, though. Really, it is.
Mm-hmm.
They were a good team.
Well, we just pushed them around. I mean, I love Pavia. Pavia is a great player.
He is a great player, but
fast wide receivers. We couldn't cover them wide receivers deep. I'm just glad Vanderbilt didn't throw to him until the second half.
Yeah, and putting I'm like our defense just stepped up. I mean, we had 5 sacks, and Pavia was on his ass.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah, and then Pavia also did not get drafted. So I mean,
that's just because he's 5'7" and a half, and 5'8".
They need a guy that can actually see over the defense and know what they're doing. Is he an athlete? Yeah, he's a really good player. He's just very cocky. Thinks his shit don't stink. But dude, you didn't get drafted because you're 5'7". You can't see over the defense.
One of the reporters went and stood by Hecklinski earlier in spring, and they go, Hecklinski's not even 5'10". Because I'm
Boy,
5'10" and he's shorter than me. So Hecklinski will probably have the same problem in the draft.
Yeah, probably.
So is that everything? Or
We got everything covered?
I think so.
What did Boy say last?
I don't know.
Rick? Or not Rick, but Dean, what did he say?
I couldn't read it.
What's that? Oh, Fever basically blew them out.
Oh, yeah.
And then before that, he said Crispy got drafted.
Who?
Crispy got drafted first.
Who's that?
Crispy.
I don't know.
Usually
I can decipher his stuff, but I can't decipher it.
The first guy drafted was Mendoza.
Johnny Manziel.
Yeah. Pavia reminds me a lot of Johnny Manziel.
I might have to agree with him on that one. I was not a fan of Johnny Manziel. Just,
Well, here's what I learned. I figured that Pavia's he set up a draft party at his house, invited his family and friends, had all the hats laid out, thinking he was going to get drafted. He did not, and I thought maybe his ego would have kept him from admitting that he wasn't going to be drafted and he'd have to sign as a free agent, which he did, but I don't know who. But my understanding is his ego must not be as big as I thought, because he supposedly donated all of his NIL money and he gave away a bunch of stuff to an impoverished group. I got it right here. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
My thought
like I said, I don't have any problem with Pavia. I'd take him on my Chiefs any day. Just give him a chance. I give him a chance.
Right. But if,
I like him better than that stupid quarterback from LSU that the Chiefs drafted.
Oh, Gutmeyer, whatever his last name is. Yeah. I agree with what you're saying. It's just that but if say Pavia goes to the Chiefs, they give him a shot, leave your ego at the door. Coach Andy Reid does not like guys have the biggest egos on that team.
Okay. Well, wait a minute. Okay, so here we go.
Yeah. Here we go.
I said that Pavia had a massive ego. He goes, "You mean the guy who bought shoes for the entire Vanderbilt women's soccer team and gave all of his NIL money to his mother has a bad ego?" He goes, "Lord have mercy." Well, he gave it to his mom, so I thought he gave it to a charity.
I don't know the dude, but
the Chiefs have had plenty of bad characters on that team.
Oh, for sure.
Guys that beat that Kareem Hunt beat the hell out of his girlfriend or wife.
You guys,
guys that would wreck their car and go hide and all that.
Rice.
Anyway, I'll take Pavia.
Yeah, and Caden Proctor got former Hawkeye, never played it down for the Hawkeyes, but a former Hawkeye. Got drafted in the first round. I don't remember how early. It seemed to me like it was pretty early.
Pretty early, like 12th or something. If he'd went to Iowa, he'd have probably been second.
Yeah.
I like how Nick Saban commented that he sure didn't work very hard at Alabama.
That was funny.
Well, and I think that's the real reason why he left Iowa the second time, was because they were expecting him to work, and he's thinking, "What? I don't have to work. I'm Caden Proctor. Who am I?"
He wasn't going to work. He wasn't going to workouts at Iowa.
His workout was eating donuts. What?
Crispy was him.
Yep.
Yeah, Crispy is Caden Proctor.
Krispy Kreme was his nickname.
Can Kirk say that he got drafted and he attended Iowa, so that's 102 draftees?
He never played it down at Iowa. He didn't even last 3 months.
Did he practice?
We could all say this: like 7 Iowa players got drafted. I read it was a record.
Yes, it is a record.
What record did it beat? Like
it's a record for a 7-round draft.
Okay.
Hayden, back when they used to have 12 or 14 rounds, had more players than that.
Okay.
But that's just because the draft went on forever. You know?
Okay, do you guys know who Mr. Irrelevant was this year?
I did not see that.
Oh yeah, it was a linebacker from who the hell knows where? Buffalo, somewhere. He was a linebacker though.
He had some weird name. But
Okay. Alrighty. Is there anything else you guys want to mention or bring up before we close this down tonight?
Not really, unless you guys do.
Probably not.
Okay. All right, guys. I just want to remind you, you can find us on Facebook at Talking Iowa Hawkeye Sports. You can find us here on YouTube because you already know that if you're watching it, or you may have clicked on through Facebook tonight, or X. Keep watching us. Keep sharing it. Let's get up to 1,000 by August kickoff. And the very first kickoff, let's get up to 1,000. But we got to share it out there. We must share it out there, and you too must subscribe. So yeah, go ahead and do that for us, okay?
One other thing, Dean. The Iowa baseball team swept Indiana this weekend.
Yeah.
So,
and I believe you pointed out their record is now 10-11. They're sitting in the 9th or 10th spot for the playoffs, for the Big Ten playoffs right now, out of 12. But however, you pointed out that they have to play Nebraska and Purdue, the second and third place teams, to finish the season. And when did Nebraska and Purdue become relevant in baseball?
Nebraska's always had a really good baseball team. They've been to the World Series many times.
Their World Series, is almost in their backyard. Besides, of course, being in Omaha, and University of Nebraska's in Lincoln, so it's not too far from each other. So
Creighton used to go to the World Series a lot.
I thought it was only to the top 8 in Big Ten baseball that go to the
top 12.
They draw the line. Top 12.
Okay.
They draw the line after 12, and
we were like
Indiana. Yeah, go ahead.
We were like in 8th or 9th place before this weekend. I don't follow it, so I don't know what some other teams did. But I presume that I was higher than 9th now, because winning 3 games in a row in the Big Ten, unless you're UCLA or USC, is pretty hard to do.
Yeah. All righty, guys. Let's say our goodbyes, and we'll be back hopefully Wednesday night. Peace out. Yep. Hawkeyes out. Victories. Go Hawkeyes. And let's hope we have some great portal news for both the women and the men. Oh, I did want to point out one thing before we leave. Okay. No, this is something that excites me because it's probably not going to happen. But, they're getting ready to pass that new rule that you can play 5 years in a college.
5 and
5. And if it's retroactive or grandfather, that would allow Hannah and Taylor McCabe to get another year of eligibility, and that would be nice if Hannah could come back. And Bennett Sturge too, but I don't see that happening. He's going to the NBA no matter what. You don't get drafted in the first round and not go.
I think that he'd get a lot of money to stay at Iowa, but anyway.
I was listening, and I'll add one more thing. I was listening to the NFL on Sirius Satellite on the way up to the spring practice, and they're saying that 77% of this year's transfers all got picked in the first round. That's insane.
Wow.
You mean in football?
Yes.
Oh, you mean the NFL? Mean that 77% of the people picked in the first round were transfers?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
It wasn't 77% of transfers because there was probably 4,000 transfers.
77% of the players that got drafted in the first round were players that transferred.
Yeah,
I see.
I also want to point out.
Holy crap!
Yeah, I also want to point out that Tavian Banks' case would be settled automatically with that 5 years, and he could come back and probably would take that last roster spot that Ben's going to use. So
I've seen something on Instagram.
My prediction is Banks is coming back.
I don't know
about Hannah. I don't know about, Taylor McCabe. Taylor McCabe probably won't even be ready by the October. She's got a lot of, that usually takes a good solid year.
She's gonna be an Imagineer.
The one thing I wanted to point out, I seen on Instagram today, Jake Cook was had an Instagram post saying what a great time he had at Iowa. He didn't say that his career was over. He didn't say nothing else. He just said, "Thank you, Iowa," like that. And I thought, is he not going to be on the roster next year or what? But there was no explanation to it. So
yeah,
that's interesting to know.
Yeah. Oh, maybe Banks and Sturts are coming back to Iowa next year, and they got to make a room for them.
I don't know.
Cook was a walk-on anyway, so we.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, let's get out of here before we get too much
longer. Boy.
Happy trail to you. I used to have a friend that if I overstayed my welcome at his house, he started singing that song to me. Nice. So I knew when to leave. So I would just intentionally wait till he sang that song.
Have a good week, you guys.
Yeah, have a good one.
Yeah,
get some portal news going here. Bye, guys. We're going to leave you now. And thank you for watching. Please share it. Please like. And